Hi there.
Hello.
Our question today is, how is Mr. Darcy and Mr. Heathcliff a complex hero? And
How's Mr. Darcy anti-hero or complex hero?
so, we were discussing how he wants his way to be in this world of Pride and Prejudice, and how he meddled with Jane and Mr. Bingley, but in a anti-love way. He wanted them to not come together, and also to have Mr. Wickham's inheritance.
Our question is, in what ways are the themes and concerns of the novel timeless? In other words, how are they still relevant in today's society?
Well, as we all know, there are many themes to this book. Women and men, or male, sex themes, pride, of course, prejudice, and love.
The novel has a lot of like the themes are like basically in the title, Pride and Prejudice. So women in this novel, they have a lot of pride, especially Elizabeth. I think there's like a very like feminist theme in here. Like she doesn't need to listen to what a man tells her what to do. She goes with her heart, but there's still prejudice. Like even in today's society, women are often looked at as like lesser than men. So I think that's what those are some themes that are still relevant today. Can you elaborate more?
And see, with this feminist and masculine theme, it's difficult to determine love because we all perceive in our own way that this is the best way for a person. For example, Mrs. Bennet, she believes that it's the best way for Jane and the rest of her daughters, her favorite Lydia, to marry someone, but she doesn't know that they don't want to be married. And if anything, she doesn't know that she doesn't want them to be married to the right person. They want to be married to someone else. So with love and pride, it is one way to think that it's the easy way and the right way. The right way is to follow your heart and what is true, but the easy way is to think of what people want. Because sometimes when we think of what people want, it becomes chaotic and dramatic, and all this tension comes. But as long as we communicate and strive to become the people that we love and the people that we want to be, then love is good.
You want to elaborate more on pride? So basically, Mr. Darcy, I think within the first few chapters of the novel, Mr. Darcy refuses to dance with Elizabeth because she is lower class, and I think that's relevant in today's society because usually a rich person wouldn't go with a poor person. They usually aim for someone the same class. So I think it shows love. Yes, you can there's true love, but love has boundaries. You wouldn't want to marry someone that's lower than you.
It is identical to those movie plots where two people think that they're not suited for each other, but then after time they start to think that they are, and they just need to unwrap each layer of guilt and pride and anger and prejudice over each other, and then find out what's really inside. The other themes that we talked about but have not discussed was the fact that society has a rule on individuals. It's individuality versus society. What we also can be specified is human nature versus what people want to do. It is our human nature to find whatever we want and go after it, but it is society that controls us and maintains our conscience to try and strive to do the better. For example, Mr. Darcy at first loathed or deeply disliked Elizabeth, but after a while he found out that he liked Elizabeth and he went after her. Society, however, wants a rich person, such as Mr. Darcy, to go after another rich person, not a lower, less rich person. Otherwise, that wouldn't make any sense.
We'll continue with Nico's statement about individual versus society. So basically, that is very relevant today, sadly, because in high school, for example, there's a lot of social standards. Hello, stranger. So our question for you is, in what ways are the themes and the concerns of the novel timeless? In other words, how are they still relevant in today's society? So how's Mr. Darcy's society, Pride and Prejudice society, relative to our society today?
I think in today's society that relates to Pride and Prejudice is that that like a lot of women before didn't like say how they were feeling or had like an option in what they wanted to say or act. But I can definitely say now, like in today's society, that that we actually say something and we just don't sit there and like follow like the man's rules, or you know what we actually like the women's march, for example. We like take a stand, and back then before that wouldn't happen. Before we'd like sit there and be pretty, basically. That's pretty much it.
Thank you for watching this.
Thank you.
Have a great
Like
day.
and subscribe.